A learned Jewish man, highly skilled in calligraphy and copying manuscripts, decided to test the authenticity and preservation of the three major scriptures: the Torah, the Injil, Gospel, and the Quran. He believed that if the texts were truly from God, they should be so perfectly guarded that no human tampering would go undetected. First, he took a copy of the Torah. He deliberately added and removed several passages, then had professional scribes produce clean, high-quality copies of his altered version. He presented these to the Jewish religious scholars and synagogue leaders. They examined the manuscripts thoroughly, but noticed nothing unusual. Convinced the changes had gone undetected, he sold the copies to them at a good price. Encouraged, he repeated the exact same experiment with the Injil. He altered passages, had fresh copies scribed, and offered them to Christian priests and church scholars. Again, they reviewed the texts carefully, but failed to spot any additions or omissions. The tampered copies were accepted without question. Finally, he turned to the Quran. He made the same deliberate changes, inserting and deleting passages, then commissioned scribes to produce elegant copies. Confident from his previous successes, he took them to the Warakin, the professional Quran scribes and booksellers in the markets of Baghdad and other Islamic centers, who were renowned for their deep memorization and meticulous knowledge of the text. Before he could even reach the main scholars or present the copies for sale, the scribes immediately spotted the alterations. They pointed out the exact added and missing passages, rejected the manuscripts outright, and refused to have anything to do with them. Word spread quickly among the Muslim community, and the man was confronted. Stunned, he realized this was no coincidence. The Torah and Injil had been tampered with undetected, yet the Quran's guardians caught his changes instantly, before the copies even left the scribe's hands. He declared his conversion to Islam on the spot, testifying that this was clear proof of the Quran's divine preservation. He cited the verse, "Indeed, it is we who sent down the reminder, the Quran, and indeed, we will be its guardian." Quran 15:9. Sufyan ibn Uyayna later commented on this incident, noting how perfectly it fulfilled Allah's promise. The earlier scriptures were not guarded in the same way, but the Quran is protected letter by letter through the piety and vigilance of its people. This anecdote beautifully highlights the greatness and piousness of those early Muslim scribes and hufaz, memorizers. They weren't rulers or famous caliphs, just dedicated, often humble scholars and craftsmen who lived and breathed the Quran. Their razor-sharp knowledge, collective memorization, and refusal to accept even the slightest deviation showed a level of communal guardianship unmatched by any other religious community at the time. It turned a skeptic into a believer and stands as a timeless reminder of why the Quran has remained unchanged for over 1,400 years.